spinning. Yeah, it's just spinning.
Are we connect? Are we supposed to be on PJBT 2G or PJBT?
PJBT. It doesn't matter.
It's working. It keeps buffering in and out.
Is it better now?
It's loud. Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
Now it's strong. It's working.
Is it on right now? Okay, I'll call you back if there's an issue. Okay, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, just that's pretty much. It's the Wi-Fi box, I think. Unfortunately, it keeps giving you the runaround.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Yeah, you can just play with it too if you have to.
Okay, all right, thanks. Bye. Okay, hold on a second. I'm losing my mind here.
It's playing it back.
That's going to be good. We're going to practice this.
It's playing it back, yeah. Go walk in front of the screen. See if oh, yeah, it's working. It's
My
not.
brother said it's working in Waynesboro.
Yeah, it's working. It's not on mine.
Anything?
He wasn't there. Yeah, it's working. Somewhat. Yes, no.
It's iffy.
No. It's lagging. Yeah, it's just lagging.
It's just lagging. I feel like I should walk out in front of there to see if
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's working for him. No. Oh, no. Well, he's back up. Walk out there. Stand right there. Stop.
It's lagging.
It's working.
It's working. It's just very loud.
Yeah, it's working, but it's lagging. So your name's going to be up there. Oh, your name's up there. You know this pair.
Check my sound. Okay, bowling fans, I think we got you back up and running. But like I said, the signal is not super strong. There'll be a delay. But give us a second, and we're going to get started with game one of our finals.
You're good.
Okay, so Rusty's bowling Alyssa, and I've done this
Okay, bowling fans, I think we're back online. I apologize for the delay. Game one of the finals, okay? In the scratch division, we have number 3 seed, Chase Lechner, taking on number 6 seed, Severo Gordon. In the other match in round 1, we have number 4 seed, Cody Brunner, taking on number 5 seed, Robbie Newcomer. Both winners will advance to round 2. On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed, Chloe Craighead, taking on number 6 seed, Danny Klein. Difference in handicap is 36, going to Danny. And then we have our number 4 seed, Rusty Dane Crown, taking on number 5 seed, Alyssa Volgamont. And the handicap goes to Rusty of 37. Okay? All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our Game 1 finalists. Okay, bowling fans, sorry for the issues we had there earlier. Unfortunately, I'm actually on the local Wi-Fi right now with the bowling center, so hopefully it doesn't kick me off. But I think we are live for game 1 of our finals. Just go. So we have the 3-6 and the 4-5 matches for each division. So Chase Lechner starts with a strike. Severo Gordon, his opponent, leaves the 3-6.
Okay, Chloe with a 6 count to start. Again, we'll talk a little bit as we go forward about the pattern today. Pattern number 9 was our pattern today. And we started the day with 79 bowlers, down to the final 6 in each division. We started with 42 in scratch and 37 in handicap. They are bowling on the fresh pattern and the PBA gold pins, which are a little bit heavier than a normal bowling pin. Today's event sponsored by Maze Bowling and Billiards. On the scratch side, looks like Chase Lechner will be the only one with a strike in the first frame. Alyssa Volgamont gets the only strike on the handicap side in frame 1. So we start frame 2. Severo Gordon with a strike. Count for Chloe Craighead. Chase Lechner with a late falling strike to get a double for his match. Danny Klein gets starting with a spare. She gets a 6 count. Her opponent, Chloe, picks up her spare. So 9 in the first, spare in the second. Robbie Newcomer with a strike. So Rusty Dane Crown bowling in his first PJVT today. Going to try to pick up his spare. Danny gets 9 in that frame, 25 in the second. So again, our format is the old NFL bracket today, 3, 6, 4, 5. Bowling in this match, the 2 winners will join our 1 and 2 seeds. There's a cover for Rusty Dane Crown as he goes miss spare. Cody Brunner gets his spare. Alyssa Volgamont in the second. Gets that one a little bit wide, leaves the 1, 2, 10. So she'll try to pick up the spare. Chase Lechner comes in 5 count, Greek Church. See what his opponent Severo does. Severo with a 10 pin. Alyssa gets 1, so she'll have 26 in the second. Chase gets 3, so he'll put up 51 in the third. Severo picks up the spare, so 40 in the third, giving him a small lead early. Chloe Craighead, ball crosses over, gets a strike. So that gives her the first strike of the match. Danny with 9 in the third, so 34 in the third. Better shot for Dane. Gets 8. Robbie Newcomer with a strike in the third. Cody Brunner did the same, so that match pretty even. Alyssa gets an 8 count. Dane not able to convert his spare, so 33 in the third, 70 with the handicap. Message board is up and operational, everybody. Let me know how your feed is going. I apologize if it freezes a little. Like I said, we are on the bowling center's Wi-Fi. For some reason, our box was not working today. Alyssa picks up the spare. Severo gets a little wide, leaves the 2-4-10. Danny with a 1 count, so she'll try to pick up the spare. Meanwhile, Chloe on a strike. Comes in high, leaves a 4-pin. Okay, if the video is laggy, we apologize. That's mostly because of the internet connection. We'll do our best. Like I said, I have it on the local bowling center's connection rather than our own, because our own kept freezing. I'm not sure why. 4 count for Danny Klein. 38 in the 4th. Chloe picks up her spare. Severo after the split, 66 in the 4th. But everybody else with a strike, including Robbie Newcomer, making it 3 in a row. Handicap side, Dane with an 8 count. Alyssa with a strike. Dane picks up the spare. Severo with a strike off the open. So a good adjustment there. Chloe with a split, 4-7-10. Chase Lechner with a double. So Chase has about a 15-pin lead in that match. Danny goes light, 6 count. Chloe gets 2, so 75 in the 5th for her. Meanwhile, Danny Klein with her handicap at 74 at the moment. Robbie Newcomer with another strike. So Cody and Robbie going at it with strikes here. Again, this pattern not easy. 45-foot pattern today. We'll talk a little bit more about it during the break. Cody with a 6 count as he goes. That one went through the break point a little bit. 2-4-5-8. So he'll try to pick up the spare.
No.
Alyssa gets that one wide. 1-2-7. Dane not able to convert, but it's 57 in the 5th. 94 with the handicap. Karen Sass, thanks for the update that it's working fine now. We apologize. We have our own internet box, and it had the best signal today, better than the bowling centers, but for some reason, I'm not sure why the feed would not go through for you guys on our box. So since I've switched to the bowling center's internet, we seem to be okay at the moment. So we're gonna run with that. Severo with a double. Chase with a triple. 6 count for Chloe, 7 count for Danny in the 6th. This match very close. Let's see what Cody can do here off the spare in the 5th. Gets a strike. So 104 in the 5th for him. But Robbie has the lead as long as he continues to strike. Danny gets 2. Robbie doesn't like it, but stays out of trouble, leaves a 4-pin. And that will, Robbie can convert. That will keep him in the lead of the match. Count for Dane Crown. Alyssa with a strike. And Severo starts frame 7, leaving a 10-pin. Picks that up. So Severo can max out at 225, but his opponent can still shoot 260. Even with a spare, he'd be in the 230s.
There you go.
There's a strike for Chloe Craighead in the 7th. Chase Lechner leaving a 7-pin. So with a spare here, it'd be a 15-pin lead for Chase in their match. Danny gets a 7 count. Dane up gets pretty good count. Gets 9 with the spare working. Again, our head-to-head matches are across from each other. Robbie Newcomer gets a strike. Chase picks up the spare, so 15-pin lead for Chase Lechner. Danny gets 2, so she has 65 in the 7th, 101 with her handicap. So that match is pretty even. Dane picks up his spare.
Good job, Dane.
So Alyssa can tighten up this match with a strike here in the 7th. She comes in light, leaves a 2-4-5. Cody Brunner leaves a 10-pin. Big shot for him there. So now his max score will be in the 230s. His opponent can still shoot 269. So Robbie Newcomer in charge of that match at the moment. Danny Klein mixes the 5-pin and leaves the 5-7-10. So not an everyday spare. Meanwhile, Alyssa not able to convert, so she's at 100 in the 7th, so she trails by 13. Chase Lechner with a strike in the 8th to maintain his lead in the match. Severo crosses over and gets a strike. So that match maintains its position. Danny not able to get any of them, so 72 in the 8th, 108 with her handicap. Chloe picks up her spare, and Chloe extends her lead at about 17 now for her. Meanwhile, Robbie Newcomer, good shot, 10-pin. Chance for Cody to get back in the match. Meanwhile, Dane with a crossover strike. His first strike of the match. Cody had missed his 10-pin in the last frame, so 8 count there. Alyssa comes in a little bit light, leaves the 2-pin. Robbie picks up his spare. That'll help him maintain the lead in the match. So waiting in the wings are our number 1 and 2 seeds. They'll join us in the semifinal round for a matches similar to this. Danny Klein gets a strike. So our first strike of the match. Alyssa not able to convert, so back-to-back opens. 109 in the 8th for her.
Okay.
Foundation 9th frame to start for scratch. Chase crosses over, leaves a 2-pin. So max score for Chase Lechner now is 220. Severo can get a strike here and actually gain leverage going into the 10th. He can still max out 225, but he needs this one, and he comes in high, 3-6-10. So that match will go down to the 10th frame with Chase.
Matt, I called it in.
Just hit it again. Okay, strike Robbie Newcomer comes in light 2-4-8-10. So Cody Brunner with a strike in the ninth now has an opportunity again.
Robbie, get 3.
So Robbie gets 2, so 193. All right, so Severo with an open in the 10th, 182, so Chase Lechner.
Oh. It dropped pins on her. She got a strike. Come back.
Yeah, we have to reset it. I'm sorry.
Wasn't this the one that you have problems?
Yes, and we're still going
Get in there. There you go.
Okay, so our first match in scratch is over. Chase Lechner will advance. Lechner. Lechner defeats Gordon. Our first match in scratch will be 210 to 182. So Chase Lechner will advance. Now in the other match, it is tightened up because Robbie Newcomer opened in the 10th, so he shot 202. So now it depends on what Cody does here. But Cody does need a double. Anything less than that, and he will not win, so he needs a double. Let's see what he gets in the first shot here in the 10th. He gets a strike, so 1 strike down, 1 to go. Handicap side starting the 10th frame. Danny Klein on a strike. Looks like a pretty good shot. She gets 9, 7-pin. Chloe should have enough to lock up that match. Let's see if Cody gets the second strike here. Needs the second one. He gets 9. And by 1 pin, Robbie Newcomer will advance to game 2. So Newcomer defeated Brunner 202 to 201.
Good job, Chloe.
Okay, on the handicap side. On the handicap side, we have Chloe Craighead taking the victory over Danny Klein, 174 to 136. And in our other match, Rusty Dane Crown will advance, defeating Alyssa Volgamot. matches. So
Good job, Dane.
Dane finishes with a 141 scratch, 178 with handicap. Okay, so 178, 136, and 174, 136 are our matches there. All right, so that'll conclude game one. All right, so we're going to give out some awards, and then we're going to move on to our semifinal matches. So stay tuned. You are watching the PJBT live on YouTube. Semifinals, we'll be switching pairs on each side for each division to start our semifinals.
You good if I sit here? You want? I'll go grab it. Yeah.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game one of our finals for today. In the scratch division, officially our sixth place finisher, getting an $80 scholarship certificate and award goes to Severo Gordon. And officially our fifth place finisher in the scratch division, getting an $80 scholarship certificate and award goes to Cody Brunner. Okay, officially our sixth place finisher in the handicap division, receiving a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Danny Klein.
Hey, it's not another four.
And officially our fifth place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Alyssa Volgamot. Okay, on to our semifinal matches.
top of the league?
Well, no.
I don't know, let's figure this out.
Where's man?
See, I can copy mine down here.
Why can you do that? I can't.
Do you have an iPhone?
No. Oh, here we go. Share.
Good job, Alyssa. Proud of you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, bowling fans, while we have our semifinalists warming up, just a couple of reminders. First of all, today's pattern. Let's talk a little bit about that. So today's pattern for the major was pattern number 9. It was a 45-foot pattern, longer pattern today. 25.7 units of total oil across the lane, 17 forward and 8.5 reverse. So somewhat of a Christmas tree, but not a perfect one. Scores seem to be better for a major, let's put it that way. They were not high at all. We didn't have any super high scores today, but, basically after qualifying, your leader Andrew Sass, who we'll see in this first match, he went 130 over. But after qualifying for scratch, we only had 5 bowlers that were plus. It took minus 56 to make the top 16 after 6 games. So basically you needed to average pretty much 190, a little above 190 to make the cut in scratch. On the handicap side, after 6 games, we only had 2 bowlers that were plus out of 37, and minus 78 was the cutoff score for 6 games. So again, needed to average around high 180s to make the cut today. So scores were not super high, but they weren't super low really either. So kind of a good pace for the field today with the pattern. So upcoming events on the PJBT schedule. We're going to talk about that during the break during the semifinal and final. Our top 2 seeds are stepping into the semifinals, so we're going to have Andrew Sass, top seed, taking on Robbie Newcomer as the number 5 seed. So 1 versus 5, and then we're going to have Bryce Klein taking on Chase Lechner. That's a 2-3 matchup. On the handicap side, Aaliyah Hall will be taking on Rusty Dane Crown, 1 versus 4. And Evan Hawkins, number 2, will take on number 3 seed Chloe Craighead. So all of our top 4 advanced except for Cody Brunner in that last match. Robbie Newcomer jumped in by 1 pin to jump in as the number 5 seed. Okay? So, and again, this match, handicap will be on the left, scratch will be on the right. They'll switch pairs. Then the winners of these semifinals will bowl each other on the opposite pair again for the title. Okay? So time to introduce our semifinalists.
All right, bowling fans, time to begin our semifinal matchups. On the scratch side, to your right, we have top seed Andrew Sachs taking on number 5 seed Robbie Newcomer. In the other semifinal, we have number 2 seed Bryce Klein taking on number 3 seed Chase Lechner. The winners of these 2 matches will bowl each other on 19 and 20 in the next match for the title. Okay? On the handicap side, to your left, we have top seed Aaliyah Hall taking on number 4 seed Rusty Dane Crown. The difference in handicap is 57 to Dane. And then in our other semifinal, we have number 2 seed Evan Hawkins taking on number 3 seed Chloe Craighead. The difference in handicap is 22 going to Evan. The 2 winners of those matches will bowl each other on 21 and 22 for the major title. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists.
Okay, semifinals about to begin. Everybody now bowling. Rusty starts us off with an 8 count, 4-7. On the scratch side, Robbie Newcomer is going to step up as the lowest seed remaining. And he goes a little bit light, leaving the 2-8. Our tournament leader, Aaliyah Hall, in handicap, starts us off with a good shot, leaving the 10 pin. And our tournament leader, dominant toward the end of the day today, Andrew Sass, starts with a strike. Dane not able to convert, 8 in the first, 65 with his handicap. Robbie not able to convert, 9 in the first for him. Aaliyah picks up her spare. So again, these are the final 4 in each division. The winners of each individual match across from each other, so matches are across from each other, will then bowl for the title.
All right, out of trouble.
Chloe with a pretty good shot, but those heavy pins, the 7 pin decided to stand. First shot for Bryce Klein is an 8 count, or 7 count rather, leaving the 1-2-8. Chase Lechner with a strike. First shot for Evan Hawkins, 9 count, 6 pin. Bryce picks up the spare.
Push.
Chloe does the
Pick up.
same. Evan not able to convert his spare, 9 in the first, 31 with the handicap. Andrew in the second, comes in a little bit light, leaving the bucket, 3, 5, 6, 9. The left-hander's version of the bucket. Robbie Newcomer, I'm not really sure. Pretty good shot, hit the pocket. It was light, but should have been a 4-pin or a 10-pin, but not both. So unfortunately, he's got his work cut out for him in the second. Sass gets 2, so 26 in the second for Andrew. Robbie will get 1, so 18 in the second for him. Aaliyah Hall, 9 spare, again in the second. 5 count for Dane Crown. And Dane keeps it on the lane, but gets 2. So 15 in the second, 72 with the handicap. Bryce Klein goes very wide, leaves the 1-2-4-7. Stays out of split trouble. Evan Hawkins also goes wide, leaves the 1-2.
All right, pick
Chloe
it up.
Craighead light, 2-4-5. Chase Lechner leaves the 6-7. So a lot of interesting leaves here early in the matches. Bryce Klein goes 6 miss in the second, so 22 in the second for him. Evan picks up his spare. Chloe steps up, Trying to make it back-to-back spares. And she does with a spare. Chase not able to convert. So 4 opens on the board for the 4 scratch bowlers. Our matches are separated by 8 pins and 4 pins as we start the third. Newcomer starts the third with a strike. Dane comes in a little bit light and gets the strike. Kicks it off the wall, 4 and 5 take out. Strike for Dane. Aaliyah comes in a little bit high, leaves the 6-10. She'll try to keep the board clean with a spare. Andrew, good follow-up strike there. Keeps the lead by 8 pins. If you're watching out there, let us know who you're rooting for. Our message board is up and operational. I see a lot of fans out there for Andy and Dane.
Cross. All right.
Chloe Craighead crosses over, gets the strike. Aaliyah was not able to convert, so she has 45 in the third. Bryce Klein with a strike. I do not know that. Dane is only 8 years old, I'm told. That's awesome. I'm just trying to figure out whether I can call him Rusty or Dane.
Yesterday he went by Dane.
Yesterday he went by Dane. Tomorrow he'll be Rusty. That's okay. Aaliyah Hall with a good follow-up strike in the fourth. Evan's going to try to make his spare, leaving the 9 pin. We start the fourth frame in scratch. 9 spare for Chase Lechner. Strike for Newcomer. Good shot again. Wiggle 7 pin. Evan picks up his spare. Pretty good shot by Andy there on 22. Leaves a 7 pin. So again, this match will not change if both can pick up their spare.
Oh, get over.
Robbie does not like it, and he knew it. So 3 out of 4 opens for him. He's at 46 in the fourth. 5 count for Dane. Dane gets 5-2 in the fourth. Andy picks up his spare, which will extend his lead to 20.
Good job, Andy.
Evan up in the fourth. Looking for his first strike. He got a messenger, but he didn't get it to go, so he'll try to pick up the 10 pin. Chase Lechner with a strike. Chloe comes in high, leaves a 4 pin. So she'll try to pick up the spare. Rice goes wide again. Evan not able to convert, so 56 in the fourth, 78 with his handicap. So Chloe can make this spare to be basically even in the match.
Good
She
job,
does
Chloe.
convert. Okay, back to scratch. Chase Lechner with a strike in the fourth. Bryce Klein 6 count.
Good job.
Andrew leaves the 2-4. Strike for Dane. Second strike of the match for Dane. Bryce not able to convert. So back-to-back opens on that lane specifically for him. 50 in the fourth. Leah crosses over. Gets an 8 count. Leaves the 5-9. So she'll try to pick up the spare. Andrew picks up his spare.
Good job, Andy. Get in there.
Chloe,
All right, pick it up.
a little bit high, 4 pin again. No harm, no foul. Robbie leaves a 10 pin. So with a spare here, Andy would lead the match by 18. Halfway through. On the handicap side, Aaliyah picks up her spare. So 65 in the fourth. Robbie does the same.
Get over.
Chloe does the
Go pick
same.
up.
Everybody put spares on the board. So our handicap side halfway through, Rusty still has a little bit of a lead with the handicap. Bryce Klein with his strike in the 5th. Evan gets a 7 count. So with a spare, Evan would maintain the lead in that match. Leah in the 6th. She crosses over. 9 and a wiggle. Leaves the 10 pin. Same thing for Chase. 9 count, 7 pin. So our bottom match in scratch is pretty even. But like I said, 18 pin lead for Andy Sass in the other match at the moment. Robbie Newcomer with a strike. Chase picks up his spare. Aaliyah not able to convert. 93 in the 6th after Evan got his spare. Dane with a strike. Big shot for Dane in the 6th. That's a big double.
Good job, Dane.
Andrew comes up a little bit high, leaves the 4-7. So he'll try to pick up the spare. Evan pulled that one as he let it go. 5 count. So he'll try to pick up the spare. Chloe gets a strike. So nice clean game
Chloe.
so far for Chloe. 96 in the 5th. Again, these are our semifinal matches. Winner of each match will bowl each other for the title. And again, just to confirm, the matches are across from each other. So the bowlers are bowling across from each other. So Andy with a spare. So 82 in the 5th for him. Both Robbie and Chase with a strike. Bryce looking for a double. And he gets it. Okay. Leah leaves a 10 pin. So she'll look to convert the spare. And she not able to convert. Back-to-back opens on the 10 pin. 102. Andrew out of trouble. Leaves a 2 pin. Dane leaves a 410. Not able to get any. So Dane at the moment has a 93 scratch, 150 with his handicap. So it's a 48 pin lead for Dane. Robbie Newcomer with a strike. Evan with a good shot, leaving the 10 pin. So big double for Robbie Newcomer.
Good pickup, Andy.
Andrew picks up the spare. So max score for Andrew Sass will be 211. Max score for...
Get in there. All right, good ball.
Max score is 220, 216 for Robbie Newcomer. So a lot can happen yet. Chloe
Nice
with a
messenger.
Chloe with a strike in the 7th, double. Chase Lechner, 7 pin. Evan Hawkins misses his spare. So that match is an 11 pin separation now. Aaliyah gets 8 count, 4-7. Dane, not what he was looking for, with a miss, but not on a spare, so we'll try to pick it up. 10 pin for Bryce Klein in that match. So again, bowling fans, if you're not tuning in, I know some of you might be watching the U.S. Open for the PBA, but hopefully you have one device with the PBA on and one device with the PJBT on. Bryce picks up his spare. 7 pins separate Bryce Klein and Chase Lechner. Aaliyah picks up her spare, so that'll help her gain a little bit of ground. Andrew with another good shot. 7 pin. So So max score for him now will be 200. So Robbie with a strike here could actually take the lead in the match. Evan comes in light, 2-4-8-10. Same thing for Chloe, but she's able to leave something makeable, a 2-pin.
All right, pick it up. Wow.
Robbie with a solid 8-pin. Lane 21 has not been good to him. So if he can pick up the spare, it'll be a 5-pin separation in the match. And Evan makes the spare. Great shot by Evan Hawkins. 2-4-8-10 conversion. So that'll help Evan get back in the match. Chloe misses her spare, 153.
You're okay.
Robbie picks up the spare. 5 pins separate our 2 bowlers. Dane with a 9 count. 5 pin. Let's see what Aaliyah can do here in the 9th. Big shot here. Comes in light, 2-4-5. So Dane not able to convert. 109 in the 9th, 166 with the handicap. Chase Lechner with a strike in the 8th. Big shot there. He will keep the lead in the match. Again, these are our semifinal matches. Winners of each will bowl each other for the title. And the 7th major of the season. 10 pin for Bryce Klein. Aaliyah picks up her spare. Max score for Aaliyah right now, 169. So Dane will just have to step up in the 10th frame, keep the ball in the lane to advance.
Come on, Andy.
Andy making a ball switch.
All right, out of trouble.
Comes in high, 4-7.
All right.
Bryce picks up his spare. Chloe goes light, 6 count, 2-4-5-8. Evan comes in high, crosses over, leaves a 3-pin. So he'll try to pick up the spare. Andy picks up the spare. Chloe gets 3, so back-to-back opens for her, 162 in the 9th.
Okay.
So it's important that Evan gets his spare, but he does not. 113 in the 9th, 135 with the handicap. So both of our lower seeds have the lead in the match going into the 10th in a handicap. Meanwhile, Robbie Newcomer leaves a 7-pin, so that match is going to be 4 pins separating them. 4 pins will separate them going into the 10th. And with that count, Rusty Dane Crown will advance to the title match. Four pins separate our top scratch match, handicap match. Chase in the 9th here leaves a 7-pin. So max score is now 198 for Bryce, 196 for Chase. So the 2 pins are going to separate them going to the 10th frame. So our scratch matches will both come down to the 10th frame. Aaliyah finishes strong with a strike, 158. She will be our 3rd place finisher today as Dane Crown shot 182 with his handicap. In our other match,
All right,
Chloe
good
finishes with 3 opens, but she shoots 171, and that will be enough to advance to the title match.
Good job. Oh.
So Evan shoots 120, 142 with his handicap. So final scores on the handicap side, 182 to 158. Crown over Hall, and then Craighead over Hawkins. 171 to 142.
Wow.
So that takes care of our handicap matches. Now we advance over to scratch, and it's exciting. Newcomer picks up the spare, so he's at 174, which means that Andrew with a 6
job, proud of you, buddy.
count cannot win. He can only tie. So Andrew would need the spare. Which he did not get, and he got 2. So
right,
final score, Robbie Newcomer,
Good
174.
bowling today, Andy.
Andrew, 162.
Good job, Andy.
So that was an exciting match. Now we have the other match. Bryce Klein gets a strike to start the other match. Chase Lechner leaves a 6-pin. So max score at the moment, 185 for Chase Lechner. Max score. Bryce needs a strike here to advance to the title match. He gets 8. So he needs the spare to shut him out. If he gets 1, we could have a tie. If he gets none, we could have Chase win. Chase picks up the spare.
Is this on TV?
YouTube.
This is my first time.
You're doing great. Bryce gets 1, giving Bryce 185. So now Chase Lechner needs a strike to force another tie. So we could have had a tie in both matches, but now Chase needs a strike to force a tie. Here it is. And he comes in high, 7 count, 182. So Bryce Klein will advance. Wow, some great matches there on the scratch side. So 185 to 182. All right, so that concludes our exciting semifinal matches. We're going to give out some awards here in a moment, and then we're going to advance to the title matches. So stay tuned. You're watching the PJBT live on YouTube. Stay tuned for the title matches for today's 7th major.
There's a runaway ball. Runaway ball.
he's got 70 pins and you're not shooting 240. So
Does he? Is he gonna get all 7? I have 37 pins in here. He's gonna get 40.
like, he got 50 that game and won by.
He shot it bad.
That's all you need to do.
Not necessarily.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our semifinal matches for today's PJBT. Finishing in 4th in the scratch division, receiving a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Chase Lechner.
I'm sorry.
And officially our 3rd place finisher in the scratch division, receiving a new $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Andrew Sass. All right, officially our 4th place finisher in the handicap division, receiving a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Evan Hawkins. And officially our 3rd place finisher in the handicap division, receiving a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Aaliyah Hall. Okay, on to our title matches for the 7th major of the season.
Especially when it's the first one. It's a makeup bar. That'd be a lot. It's a crystal. Yeah. Crystal pin. That's what it is. Just have fun because you're not going to win. No, they're going to pay attention. They get the shots at the
Good job, Lefty.
Oh my God.
Tell him to sit down before he throws it all out. Push ball.
Okay, bowling fans, that sets us up for the title matches for today's 7th major of the PJBT season. Let's talk about the upcoming schedule because there has been some changes that are really important to talk about. First of all, next weekend is all different, as next weekend is our Makeup Adult Junior event. Back on January 7th, we had a snowstorm that had us postpone it to next Sunday, February 11th. So if you already signed up for the Adult Junior for next Sunday, the money carried over, and your entry is good to go for next Sunday, February the 11th, okay? Also, for the girls out there, women bowlers, your girls only event is going to be part of the adult junior event at Easter Lanes. So your event is not at Lion Bowl next week. Your event is at Easter Lanes in Reading as part of the adult junior. So grab a partner, and then you can enter into the regular adult junior tournament and the girls only tournament. Okay? So we're going to do both of them combined. Then the following weekend, February 17th and 18th, will be our weekend at East Lincoln Lanes in York. Saturday will be the girls only event, the 17th at 2 o'clock. And then the regular PJBT event will be on the 18th at 10 a.m. Okay? And then the following Sunday has also been changed. The next two events on the schedule have been flip-flopped from the original schedule. So Sunday, February 25th is going to be our Scotch Doubles event at Strike Zone Alleys in Pottsville, PA, starting at 10 a.m. And then the following Sunday will now be Sunday, March the 3rd, will be our three-person team tournament, which will be at Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy, starting at 10 a.m. And then the next event I want to mention also is Sunday, March the 10th. That'll be our next major in the PJBT schedule, major number 8. And what's exciting about that major compared to today is we will be joined by the New Jersey Youth Bowlers Tour. Mr. Mester, Mr. Handog, and the rest of the crew from New Jersey will be joining us for a combined major event on Sunday, March 10th, and that will be at Haja Rose Bowl in Allentown. So make sure you pick up a copy of the updated schedule. It is on our website, pjbtbowlingseries.com. All right, time to begin our title matches. Yes, you have the choice because you're the higher seed. You want to start first? Okay. Yep. All right.
But I'm saying, but that if it comes down to it, now it's just up to her.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for the title matches for today's 7th major of the PJBT season here at Bowlero, Berks Lanes in Sinking Springs, sponsored by Maze Bowling and Billiards. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed Bryce Klein taking on number 5 seed Robbie Newcomer. Bryce has elected to have Robbie start the match on lane 19. On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed Chloe Craighead taking on number 4 seed Rusty Dane Crown. The difference in handicap is 35 going to Rusty, and Chloe has elected to start the match on lane 21. All right, bowling fans, we started the day with 79 bowlers. We are down to our final 4. Let's give them a nice hand as they roll off for the major title.
At a time. Yep. So she's going to pull 1, like on TV, and you're going to pull 2, and you're going to sit down. Then she's going to pull 2, and then you'll pull 2 all the way to the end. Okay?
All right, pick it up.
We'll help you. Okay, so our title matches are underway. Robbie Newcomer starts us off with a strike on the scratch side. On the handicap side, Chloe Craighead leaves the baby split, 310, but she misses her spare, so 9 in the first for her. So now Dane will step up on lane 22. Bryce Klein with a strike. So both finalists in scratch start with a strike.
Who wants to see the 8-game games?
I don't have an 8-game. I only have a 6-game.
Okay. All right.
I only have a 6. Okay, we got an 8 count for Dane. Let's see what he gets here. He gets 1. Let's see what the board does.
Should say 9.
It'll give him 7-2, so that's okay. No problem. Same score. 9 and 9. Bryce Klein leaves an 8-pin. Rusty steps up. Dane in the second. 4 count.
All right.
Bryce picks up the spare, so strike spare to start the title match. Again, we started the day with 79 bowlers. We are down to our 2 and 5 seeds in scratch, 3 and 4 seeds in handicap. Using the NFL playoff bracket. And this is the bracket that they used
All right.
back in prior to 2 years ago when 6 teams made the playoffs. We did not update to the 7 today. Robbie with a double. So good start to the title match for Robbie.
Get in there. All right.
Chloe comes in high, leaves a 4-pin. So she'll try to pick up the spare. Right now, Rusty was 16 in the second, 51 with the handicap.
Oh, get.
Robbie with a strike in the third, so triple for Robbie. Chloe not able to convert, so 18 in the second. So she trails by 33 with the handicap as we start the third. Better ball here, but it's going to probably cross.
All right.
And she gets a strike, so she'll take the
Good job,
crossover
Lefty.
strike. Bryce Klein with a strike in the third. So he trails by 10 as they start the fourth. Now Dane Crown up in the third. Hits the head pin. Leaves a 4-7. So he'll try to pick up the spare. I'm reminded that Rusty Dane Crown is just 8 years old. So for our bowling fans out there, never too young to start bowling on the PJBT. Rusty picks up his spare. So big shot there. Bryce Klein back on the scratch side. Leaves a 7-pin. So he'll try to pick up the spare. Meanwhile, Dane gets a 6 count, 1, 2, 4, 8. Sleeper in the back there. Bryce picks up his spare, 60 in the third, keeping the board clean. Dane gets 1, so 39 in the fourth, 74 with the handicap. So an opportunity for Chloe to get back in the match here after some early open frames. Again, this is the title match for today's PJBT.
Push.
Comes in high, leaves the 3-6. Meanwhile, Robbie Newcomer makes it 4 in a row. So after struggling to strike on the left lane in the last match, but surviving, he has it going here in the fifth. Chloe not able to convert her spare, so 44 in the fourth for her, so she trails by 30.
Jordan, in the arcade, your food is ready. Jordan, can you report to the front counter for your food?
7 count for Robbie, 2, 4, 5. Chloe with a strike in the 5th. Nine count for Dane. Okay, Dane not able to convert his 7-pin in the 5th, so 48 in the 5th, 83 rather with the handicap. So Dane still has about a 19-pin lead halfway through the match. Bowling off for the title here. Major number 7 on the PJBT season. 3 count for Dane. Bryce with a 10-pin.
Just a little bit. Just drop the phone, no worries.
Dane lets that one get a little bit wide. 3-4. So 55 in the 6th, 90 with the handicap. Bryce picks up the spare. So at the moment, Bryce trails by 28. Halfway through the match. Chloe looking for a big double here.
Get up, get up, get up.
She goes wide. 1, 2, 8, 10. Really struggled on this right lane for her. She'll try to convert. Bryce climb with a strike in the 6th. So Chloe gets 3. So she'll post a 72 in the 6th. So now she trails by 18. She trails by 18 with 4 frames to go. Bobby gets that one a little bit inside target, leaves the 3-6. So he'll try to convert the spare. Meanwhile, Chloe has 9 and a wiggle. So she'll try to convert the spare. Bobby's still in the lead of the match. On the scratch side. Robbie picks up the spare. So Robbie can still max out at 265. Chloe not able to convert, so 81 in the 7th for her.
You okay? You good? You figure it out?
So Dane in the 7th. Hits the head pin. Gets out of trouble, leaves the 6-10. Pretty good shot from Robbie. Leaves a 10-pin. So he'll try to convert. Dane not able to convert. So 63 in the 7th, 98 with the handicap. So our match is down to 17 pins. Only 17 separate our handicap match. Robbie picks up his spare. Just a reminder for our bowling fans out there, we don't do final interviews, but we will give out our awards and wrap up the show. So stay tuned afterward. Want to thank Frankie May, Ryan May, and May's Bowling and Billiards for sponsoring today's PJBT here at Bowlero Berks Lanes in Sinking Spring, just outside of Reading. Okay, good count for Dane, 72 in the 8th, 107 with the handicap.
Good job, buddy.
Bryce Klein with a big double. So big double for Bryce. So he can put a little bit of pressure on Robbie here with a strike in the 8th.
Get up, get up, get up.
Chloe gets a strike. So third strike of the match. Big one there for her. So we start the foundation 9th frame on the handicap side. Big strike there for Bryce. So triple for Bryce. So he's going to put some pressure on Robbie here in the late frames. Chloe, she comes in high, leaves the 3-6-10. So she'll look to convert the spare.
Hold. Yeah. Good job, Chloe.
Okay, so Chloe gets a spare in the 9th. I call it. So we have a little delay in the scratch action, so we'll bounce over to handicap for a second. And a big strike for Rusty Dane Crown. Big strike in the 9th. His first strike of the game comes at not a better time. So if he can get a mark here in the 10th, he could potentially be at 110 scratch with handicap. That would put him at the 140s, which would force Chloe to strike out. He's gonna hit the head pin, and he gets 9 and a wiggle. So he'll try to pick up his spare. Important spare here for Rusty. Looking pretty good, as long as it doesn't hook. Rusty Dane Crown picks up the spare. So fill ball now. Rusty gets a good count of 9, so 111 for Rusty scratch.
Good job, Dane.
Rusty Dane Crown, 111 scratch, 140 some with the handicap. So Chloe must strike on the first ball. 146.
Right here.
So she must strike on the first ball, and she gets it. So a big strike there for Chloe. Now she's going to need a second one. Robbie Newcomer comes in a little bit high flush, 4-10 trip out, strike. As our scratch match gets back to the action, they start the foundation 9th. Max score for Robbie Newcomer, 254. Max score, 249.
Yes!
Chloe with a strike in the 10th, so she gets a double. And now she just needs 6 pins. She needs 6 pins to win the match. So she needs a 6 count. 6 count for Chloe to win. Meanwhile, scratch side. Robbie with a 7 pin that wiggled back and forth but did not go. So he'll try to pick up the spare. 6 count. 9 it is. Chloe Craighead is your handicap division champion with a 150 to 146 victory over Rusty Dane Crown. Robbie picks up the spare. Big strike for Bryce in the 9th. Hello, sir. How are you? Good. Good. All right, Bryce Klein up, first shot of the 10th. And he gets a strike. Big shot there. So one more strike and he can shut out his opponent for the title. All comes down to this. And Bryce gets the strike, and Bryce Klein will be your Scratch Division champion. So Bryce finishes with 249 in victory. $249 to $210 will be our final score for the scratch side. All right, so we're going to give out some awards and wrap up the show. You are watching the PJBT live on YouTube. Time to give out some final hardware for the day. Brenna.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you that.
Okay.
You can handle that.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes today's PJBT, our 7th major of the PJBT season here at Bowlero, Berks Lanes in Sinking Spring, PA, just outside of Reading. Sponsored today by Maze Bowling and Billiards. Our runner-up finisher in the Scratch Division, receiving a $150 scholarship certificate and award, goes to Robbie Newcomer. Our runner-up finisher in the Handicap Division, receiving, in his first ever PJBT, receiving a $150 scholarship, certificate, and second place award, goes to Rusty Dane Crown.
Good job, buddy. Yeah.
All right, now the time to hand out the big hardware. Our winner today in the Scratch Division, receiving a $300 scholarship, certificate, and the first place glass bowling pin for a major title, goes to Bryce Klein. And our winner in the Handicap Division, also receiving a $300 scholarship, certificate, and the first place glass bowling pin for a major title, goes to Chloe Craighead. All right, thank you, bowling fans. We're going to get a picture with our winners, and then we'll wrap up the show. Don't forget to tune in next Sunday afternoon for for our makeup adult junior event, we will be at Berks Lanes' sister center, Bowlero Easter Lanes in Reading, PA, for our adult junior event and girls only tournament, all in one, next Sunday, February 11th. We will see you from Reading next week. Okay, winners.
All right, bowling fans, that's going to do it. Congratulations to our winners for today, Bryce Klein and Chloe Craighead. And don't forget to tune in next Sunday as we have our makeup snow event, adult junior. If you haven't signed up already, there is limited spots available because of the fact that we carried over all the entries from the January event. So sign up online tonight, pjbtbowlingseries.com. And then girls, if you would like to compete in the girls only event, that's in conjunction with the adult junior, grab a partner and sign up also so you can enter the girls only event. The girls only event will cost just an additional $20, all $20 going to the prize fund for the girls only event. All right? So have a great week, everybody, and we will see you